house is just 5 minutes from the campus, so the students would really love the location.
I think this is the very correct point you mentioned. Australia means opera house.
He gets a scholarship of around $2,100, additional scholarship of around $1,300. Now Australia accepts IELTS, PT and even TOEFL. One is the Bachelor of Business Information Systems.
Despite investing so much in their education, there might come a point that they're finding it difficult for finding the right job.
Australian government is offering post-study work rights to the international students.
Every student who's going, even if it's a very big dream that they're covering, they have to leave their families home. Welcome to MetaApply's podcast series. Today we are going to talk about exploring LIHE, new versus legacy colleges. And we have Mr. Sumeet Tembe from LinkedIn Institute of Higher Education with us. Before we proceed ahead with the podcast, do press the bell icon and hit the subscribe button. Sumeet's past has been amazing. He has a decade of experience in the international education industry. He has helped hundreds of students reach their dream destination at university. And he has also been awarded the most prestigious award, which is the National Youth Award for India. He has represented India as a delegate in South Korea and in Singapore. And today I'm so glad that he has joined us to talk about exploring LIHE, the new versus legacy colleges. Welcome on the show.
Thank you. Thank you, Mahima and the MetaApply team to have me on this show.
Yeah. First of all, I'm so excited to talk to you today. Since you've explored so many countries, you've represented India at an international level. So my first question to you will be, why should a student choose a newer college in place of maybe legacy colleges in Australia?
So it's a good question, but the students who want to study abroad, they need to firstly do a lot of research, compare LinkedIn Institute of Higher Education with the other education providers, and then match it with their own expectations. Yeah. When they do this, they will understand that what are the benefits and uniqueness of LIHE. So as you have asked this question, let me tell you some salient features of LIHE. Number one is, we are like most of the public universities, we are a not-for-profit organization. Our vision is to have world's top and leading university which focuses on giving advanced knowledge and skills to the students, preparing the students have creative and critical thinking capabilities so they can face the real world challenges. We are focusing on creating leaders, entrepreneurs, job creators, and most important, global responsible citizens.
I think at this point is extremely important because in India and in other countries as well, there is this zeal to become entrepreneurs, to become leaders. We have so many startups that are opening, right? So that's a very interesting point.
Let me tell you that we are fortunate enough that we have support and guidance from an organization like Vedanta Center, which is a branch of the Ramakrishna Mission, which was started in 1897 by Swami Vivekananda. So if you talk about legacy, there is an organization with a legacy of more than 125 years, worldly renowned, which has more than 268 centers globally, which is guiding us so we do not deviate from the track.
So it's a mixture of legacy and modern teachings as well.
Yes, because as they say that necessity is the mother of new projects. So there was a need in Australia where we could have value-based and advanced knowledge and skill-based education system, and that's the combination we are working for.
So when you talk about the locations, Sumit, can you tell us what is the lifestyle that international students will encounter there? What is the transportation? Because over here, like in South Asian countries, we generally see we have very nice transportation systems. If we go outside, we can get auto rickshaws, we can get buses, we have metros. So what is it like in Australia and when you talk about location of a university?
I think this is a very apt question because going there is just half the battle won. Yeah. What happens after going there is more important, and that's why location plays a very key role. Yeah. The benefits of location is that you can commute very easily. So our Haymarket campus is very near to the central metro station. The proposed new campus at Liverpool Street is just 50 meters from the metro, from the museum station. And what other benefits the student gets is they can have accommodation nearby, healthcare facilities nearby. There are around 40 to 50 restaurants offering multiple cuisines. When I talk about location, we are very fortunate to have got the campuses in very central locations. So the general things which the youngsters want, they want to eat out. So they want to have fun. They want to go to tourist places. Once he comes to Australia, without fail, is he goes to the opera house. Definitely. He clicks a selfie there. He takes a picture and declares to the world that yes, I am in Australia.
I'm a podio.
Yes. And so the opera house is just 5 minutes from the campus. So the students would really love the location.
I think this is the very correct point you mentioned. Australia means opera house. And in a lot of our brochures and flyers and everything that we create, only when we bring the opera house is the student recognizes this is Australia.
It's very rightly you have said, because it's a certificate. Having a picture in front of an opera house is a certificate which any international student wants to have immediately as he lands in Australia.
Definitely. And I think you've heard that famous quote, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. So I think 30-40 cuisines, I think every student would be sold.
Yes. So, and apart from that, there are a lot of tourist destinations, lot of beaches. If they are interested in history, then there are a lot of historic places. As I told you, the largest war memorial of New South Wales is just across the street. So you can understand that they have a lot of places to hang out and have fun over weekends. A lot of things to do.
If I'm not wrong, how many beaches are there? I think I read somewhere that it will take you 32 years to cover all the beaches in Australia.
So see, Australia as a continent and as a country has beaches across its periphery. If you see the Gold Coast area, which is known for, travel and tourism, even the Victoria State, New South Wales State, Perth, which has direct connect to the Indian subcontinent through the Indian Ocean, you have beaches everywhere. And maybe that's a survey MetaApply team can do.
Definitely. I think the next question is going to be of utmost importance for our students. And that is, what are the entry requirements for LIHE?
So Lincoln Institute of Higher Education currently has 2 courses. One is the Bachelor of Business Information Systems, which has 3 majors: Data Analytics, Cybersecurity, and Enterprise Systems. For the Master's course, the students can select from either Business Intelligence or Cybersecurity Analytics. For the Bachelor's course, if I talk about the entry requirement, students need to have 60 to 65% in their 12th or equivalent, and IELTS band of overall 6, no less than 6, PT equivalent of 52, no less than 52. For Masters, graduates who have some knowledge about mathematics and computer is required, because that makes the relevancy. If they have work experience, they need to provide the supporting documents for that.
How much work experience will be required?
So there is no as such requirements. Even recent pass outs can also apply, and even if somebody has worked for 5 to 7 years in some relevant sector, they can also apply. They need to just justify with the documentation. The IELTS requirement for masters is 6.5, no less than 6. But here one thing I would like to add, which might be of interest to the students and your viewers, that Lincoln Institute of Higher Education has a English proficiency scholarship.
Okay.
So somebody, if he is having 6.5, no less than 6 bands, he gets a scholarship for the bachelor course.
Okay, how much?
So additional scholarship of around $1,300.
Okay.
And if he is applying for masters with a 7 band, he gets a scholarship of around $2,100.
So, students will have to really hone their English skills then.
Yes, because see, we understand they are giving 3 to 6 months to prepare for the English proficiency, and we would like to recognize and reward their efforts. That's why this scholarship.
And you mentioned that with IELTS, there's PT acceptable as well?
Yes, yes. So now Australia accepts IELTS, PT, and even TOEFL. So the equivalent scores which I mentioned are acceptable.
Okay. So going abroad can be very emotional because every student who's going, even if it's a very big dream that they're covering, they have to leave their family's home. So they need mental health support over there. They might need friends to talk to, a community that can help them in a foreign land.
So because as I told you that we are a not-for-profit entity, we are in education to support the community. Lincoln Institute of Higher Education has a student support services department. What we do in that is, suppose a student lands in Australia, we arrange for the airport pickup. Somebody goes to the airport and takes the student, shows him around.
At least somebody is there to welcome the student.
Yes, because everybody does not have relatives and friends there. Going further, when the student needs to have a part-time job, our team tells them how to write your resume required by Australian standards, what all skills to highlight which they already have. We tell them where to apply, how to apply. Going further, we know that student is he has become independent. So we teach them time management skills, how to have the routine, how to manage time. Once the orientation is done, we have an accommodation officer on campus who helps student to finalize the accommodation or sometimes shift to a better location. Maybe they must have booked some accommodation, now they want to change. So all the support system is there. Apart from that, during their studies, understanding the importance of mental health, we have yoga sessions and meditation sessions. There is also a team of recruitment managers who can speak different languages because students come from different countries. Even our staff is from different countries. So even in the local languages, we have people who can engage with them, understand their problems, and help them in their international student journey.
In a short way, the college acts like a elder brother or elder sister for...
Yeah, you can say that. So in a sense, we are there to do the hand-holding and ensure that their journey is happy, because in life, whatever you're doing, it needs to make you happy, and we are there to give that secure environment to the student.
Yes, definitely. So you talked about a community that you provide to students. So what is the diversity ratio in the college?
So as I told you that currently we have students from 12 countries. We are already engaging with 30 different nationalities, and we are getting applications from these different nationalities. So hopefully in the upcoming intakes, we have a more diverse ratio. What we also have is we are forming different clubs. So we have a sports club. As I told you, we have a yoga and meditation club. There is a demand for having a running club because maybe a lot of youngsters now want to run for fun.
Yeah, becoming Bhag Milka Bhag.
Yes. So whatever is trending. There is also a suggestion to have a video gaming club, so that they can get together and play games together. So that's the need. Whatever is requirement, Lincoln Institute of Higher Education is ready to respond, and we are more than happy to help the students.
What about the visa rate, acceptance rate? Because whenever it comes to Australia, there is this strain of fear for visas.
In a simple sense, I can say that if the student is genuine, if his intentions are genuine, if he has done proper research, then I don't think he needs to fear about the visa. If he has done everything right, I think that's what the Australian immigration and the government is looking for. They want genuine students to study in their colleges and university and contribute for the global society. So genuine student need not fear.
So it's like any other college, any other institute, whether domestic, international. If you have the right grades, if you have the right intention, if you have the right background, it's very easy for you then to
Yes, there's nothing to fear. There are very high chances that you will get the visa if you have tick mark all the boxes.
So one of the most famous topic is PSW. And I think Australia is one of those countries whose selling point is PSW as well. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think Australian government is offering post-study work rights to the international students, and that's a great opportunity for students to work in an international environment, get the exposure and experience which will help them throughout their journey. And currently, like for masters, minimum they will be getting 3 years of PSW, and for bachelors they will be getting 2 years. In certain regions they can definitely extend the PSW as per the local state requirement.
So does Lincoln Institute of Higher Education help students to get the dream job, maybe if they, because as you mentioned, they do help them when writing their resumes and everything, and students definitely will need to understand the market in Australia. So how does the college help them in that?
No, so definitely there will be job fairs which will arrange. The output, the graduates will be highly employable. As I told you, we are here to create entrepreneurs, leaders, highly employable graduates. So all the assistance will definitely be given to the students, and I am very confident if you want to see as ratio, the employment would be on par or more than the IIMs in India.
That's amazing, because this is a very pain point for our students, that despite investing so much in their education, there might come a point that they're finding it difficult for finding the right job. So employability ratio is one of the important things for any student choosing a college.
As such, if you see as a country, Australia's employability ratio is very high. So in that, Lincoln Institute of Higher Education will keep no stone unturned to ensure that the student gets the right job in the right sector and becomes a successful professional.
My last question to you will be, Sumeet, that what would be the processing time for a student going to Lincoln Institute of Higher Education?
I can say in terms of the offer letter, we would like to beat Zomato or Swiggy. We would issue offer letters faster than the delivery time.
Oh my God.
So that's the benchmark which we have kept. Going further for the processing of compliance, if the checklist is fulfilled, we should be able to give the payment approval within maybe 2 working days. But overall, I can say within 5 days, we can finish the entire process if the students' documents are ready. So this is very much possible, and this is a myth that Australian education admission process is very long, and we want to break that myth and create a benchmark for the industry to follow.
I think after this statement, a lot of people are just going to roll up to MetaApply that we need to go to Lincoln Institute of Higher Education.
Yes. As I told you that you can ask them to offer something through Swiggy or Zomato, and you will see that we will beat their delivery time.
So one question that I definitely want to ask you is, what is that one advice you'll give to our students when they study abroad?
So I'll tell all the students that when you come to a country, there are a lot of opportunities. One thing is you can increase your Instagram followers very easily.
Clicking pictures.
Taking pictures with natural backgrounds and so much tourist destinations. You can go to different clubs for sporting activities. There are different clubs there. Apart from that, if you are a traveler, if you like trekking, surfing, going to beaches, heritage places, there are lots to explore. So be open. The culture is different. Make friends from different countries and understand different culture.
Work with more and more people.
Yes, that's going to help you.
Well, Sumeet, it was so amazing to have you on the show and learn everything about Lincoln Institute of Higher Education. I hope you come back to us soon whenever we have more questions for you.
I'll be always there to support MetaApply and the aspiring students, and I would request your team to come to Sydney and visit our campus soon.
God, we'll definitely do that. I'll book my tickets right away.